Hello everybody, my name is Meta_Meister, and welcome back to the long-awaited next episode of Reign of Kings.
I really don't want people to just break a one block and run away, because if you break blocks in this game now, like the bottom one, there was just that one pillar by itself still, and they broke it, the whole structure would come tumbling down, so I'm having trouble finding number 6. My keyboard's not out because I'm really having problems of my microphone really picking it up to click the keys, so I'm trying to have it kind of covered a bit under the table. Anyways, now that is done, I need some flak. I believe I need flak and some wood, or flak and some stone. So the next step towards making a home that is not easily destroyed is to get stone. First thing you want to do is what I kind of just did, get the crest down, kind of put it up a bit, make it hard to hit. What stone's going to do, if you get the cobblestone blocks, which you have to upgrade your workbench enough to do, if you get that done, that supplies you with unbreakable blocks unless they use siege equipment, which not everybody in the world's going to have, especially since I'm playing right after a patch. Only people who play this game have been playing this game all day are going to have it, and the people who have done that are people who don't have jobs, so it's not going to be very many people who have been playing this game all day and have siege equipment. It takes a while to get there. That's enough stone for now for me. If I was playing and not without the intentions of shooting a video, I probably would be killing off all those stone nodes, and I'd also be, you also notice some kind of brownish ones over there. Those are iron nodes. I probably would also be finishing those off as well, just because it's free resources, and my motto is always in this game, you never can have enough stone, which I hold to pretty much have always been true, because stone is used in the crafting materials to making all of the blocks that are high end, except for reinforced wood, which takes iron and wood. But stone is just so much easier, and iron I just use for weapons and armor. So, and you can see that there's a pretty big difference between night and day in this game. The visibility has dropped greatly, and I am looking for flak. I could have swore I picked flak up. Why don't I? Oh, okay. I actually have enough flak now after picking up the, but that's okay. So I actually don't need, I needed wood, not stone. Well, you know, now I feel even worse, because I was like, got enough flak. I'm like, wait, do I need leather? So I go back and check, and I got the wrong material to begin the main. The original map, Cromland, has a castle for the throne built around it. Sitting on the throne is what claims you kingship over the server, which is with some taxes and names the realm, yada yada yada. In Cromland, there's a castle pre-built, you can't break it. In this, it's just an empty throne. So the way I see it in my mind is I'm fairly positive. I can't imagine any reason to do it except for the developers wanting people to build a castle. Oh, I heard a drawing of a... Oh wow, I freaked myself out. It's the upgrading workbench. Anyways, they want you to build a castle there. They want you to do that, so I don't understand why some servers have this weird rule of not letting you do it. I've ran into servers that have frowned upon it before, and I just quit. It's like, I'm leaving then. I think you're ruining a part of the game because you don't want taxes to be set. And to my response to people who get upset about 20% taxes, my response is wah. I know that's kind of mean, and I shouldn't be kind of being mean to people, especially since I'm not popular on YouTube yet. But 20% tax in this game is nothing. It really isn't that big of a deal, and I know people get worked up on 5% tax, but 20% tax, considering they buffed the node size, the amount of resources in nodes now to being 250, like on the stone and the iron and the oil and all that other stuff is jacked up now. I don't see why people would even care. I really don't. That's just me. People say starting out's harder. I again say, is it really that difficult? My concern is less on taxes and more on the bandits who impose their own taxes with their swords by killing you and taking your stuff. Because they're the guys who are everywhere. And it's a lot more frequent that I run into someone who's going to try and take everything than I run into barely not making a base by the end of my play time because of taxes. Taxes stopping me from making a base has not happened yet. So again, I'm not really trying to make fun of people, but I just don't understand why it's that big of a deal. I don't personally think it is. That's just my 2 cents on the subject. Sorry. Back in. The next thing that needs to get done is I need to make an anvil, which requires iron, and that requires me making some fires. So, these are different kinds of shields. Okay. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do one. Typically, I know this might seem like overkill to a lot of people out there, but when I typically play and I want to make, when I start making my fireplaces, I actually make 6 or more. I've made up to 10 before when I play with other people. And that's just because the more fires you have, the quicker you can burn iron to make iron ingots. And I actually don't need an anvil to get the stone. I was incorrect on that. I only need 4 bars to make to get the stone cutter, which is an upgrade for the workbench. So, gathering some wood really quickly because you need wood to fuel the fire, and I actually have way enough. That's done. Grab some berries because my character is starting to get down on there. And that's what I'm saying before about how water and food not being hard to maintain. I mean, look, I ate a couple berries and it's really kind of shooting up already. You gain water quicker than you gain food from berries, but I mean, I literally looked for, like, I didn't even need to look. They just were in front of me, and they're pretty all over the place. So, and I have enough. This takes stone to upgrade to a fire pit. Again, you need more stone when that's done, and that has been grabbed as well. And the one reason why I picked this spot as a base location, feel free to use it in the future if you guys like it, is iron is adjacent as well as stone, and they're very important resources. And there's other iron and stone pretty close by. If this wasn't enough for what I'm doing for this specific video, but it is enough, so I'm just going to gather this up. So right now I'm watching to see when my fireplace upgrades, and you'll see it just kind of gets a little taller, and it'll look different. And when it does, I'm going to head over there and start the next upgrade because it needs to be 1 tier higher. And there we go. Now, one thing I suggest for beginning players, this is something that I did when I was a beginning player, when I was a little worried about encounters from other players, is you can turn your fires on and off when you're not using them or when you are using them and you just don't want it to make a fire anymore because it gives your position away. You just walk up to it, hit E and hold, and it puts out the flame. Anything inside can stay in there if you want it to stay in there, but it won't be cooking anymore. That's important to do if you are afraid of conflict, because fire, again, third time saying this, reaches pretty far in this game. Pretty clear indication that, hey, I have a base here, and people are going to come and make you not have a base there anymore. It's kind of as simple as that, to be totally frank. So, finishing up, grabbing this iron. The smelter is done. Gonna head over and throw all the stuff in there and then start getting some more stone, because once this is all said and done, that's what we're going to be that's what we're going to be using to make more building materials. And wood lasts a good long time in the furnace. It lasts, I think, 30 minutes. And you pretty much burn a single 10 iron ore into 1 iron ingot every 5. So 10. Yeah, so that, I mean, it's going to last for as long as I'm going to need it for. Because I only need 4 ingots anyways. I believe I'm going to need a anvil in order to make... Oh, maybe it's in here. You don't want to make these doors, if you can help it. There's going to be another one right here made of iron bars. It's called an iron door. That's the one you're going to want to use. It's unpickable, and it can only be broken by siege weapons. So it's the only one that I really bother using. All the other ones kind of are just a waste. Considering I have some spare flak and some spare wood, I'm going to go ahead and make this wooden mace. It's another weapon upgrade. It does 2 more damage than what I've got right now, so I might as well upgrade my mace. So we've already got our first iron ingot made. We need 4 iron, 80 wood. Since this is going to take a while, so got the second one's almost done. This yellow bar that's in the middle, you can kind of see going faster than this big one. The solid one that's a little translucent indicates 1 bar being made. This timer indicates how long it's going to take all of these bars to be done, and that's again with this translucent solid bar indicates that as well. It's kind of how far along the progress it is for finishing all of the iron bars being made. Go ahead and start upgrading my workbench to stone cutter. Then we'll head over and we will finish killing off this last stone node.
Isn't this the point where I care if someone came along? I'm getting pretty close to that not mattering anymore. So I can build cobblestone blocks now, which is where I want to be. This is pretty much enough stone, which is great. So I want to build it low to the ground, so it takes less blocks to cover it. And I'm going to go ahead and start... Oops, my hand's escaping out. Hit tilde key, there you go. And if you right click, you will start removing blocks. So I'm just removing these blocks really quickly, because now we're starting to get cobblestone blocks up in here. Oh, and as you can see, somebody is rolling up. Follow me. Hey, what's up? And this guy's wearing full steel, so if anyone would be ill-advised, and he looks friendly. I'm not sure what the server's rules are on killing on site outside of the king's area, so I think, I really don't know. So it's hard to say if he is just being nice or if the server has rules and he's just abiding them. It could be either way. So we're kind of mimicking what I did before. Boop, 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 boop. And then we can do that. And then these, keep it nice. And boop, boop, boop. I want to use as little cobblestone as possible in making this enclosure for the crest. Now, if this is low to the ground, the part that's right there would just be lower.
And would actually end up using less blocks just because the ground is indestructible. So it would be easier or less block consuming to do. Like I said, purely I only did it just for the purposes of not it getting killed, so it wouldn't get killed while I was away gathering resources. And so finish it off, do that, take that block away. All right, so now you can see cobblestone completely all the way around. The only way someone could break this is if they have siege equipment. So the next step that I would want to do, sorry, I thought I heard somebody walking, but it was just me, is to kind of make a area for either living in or for chests. Now, considering if you were low on resources, a trick that you might consider doing is this, and I'll show you it in completion in a second because I don't have everything. Of course, I get myself stuck because that's how life works. Whenever you try and show someone something cool, the game makes you stuck. And I'm hoping I have enough resources, and I do, but only for one. One's enough to kind of show it off. I typically do this with more than one chest, but I only feel like doing just one. So you can put a couple chests down and put your stuff in here that you think is important. All this good stuff. Put my backup weapon, gathering tools, some flak and stone, and boom, back out. Then what you would do is go to cobblestone, because you want it to be cobblestone. Now if you die, you've got a chest that's protected, and you can see through blocks a bit in third person. That's okay. Your chest is fine. You can continue going. Back over to here. And kind of come out like that. Whoops. And right now I'm kind of trying to use as little resources as possible to make this home. Oop. We'll go out a bit like that. Yeah, that should be okay. And as you can see, I don't have enough cobblestone. So I'm going to need a bit more. I'll kind of show you what it'll end up looking like. So I'll fast forward to that. It's important to know that the strategy I was saying about with the chest, with the blocks, where you can kind of block it off, and then you can pick the blocks back up. And when you want to open the chest to get your stuff, so people can't steal it, and I can always take those blocks out just to save blocks. If you take siege damage, your base will be called. It'll say it's being raided. Now, if your base is being raided, you cannot remove blocks any longer. So you can, if you have chests that have like your gear in them and you can't access them without removing blocks, just remember that if you're being raided, you can't access the chest. So that's one good reason why having a house set up with a door is important, so that you can still access things. Tables and your other bed. Kind of to a safer location. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave my workbench down there. But I'm gonna put my second bed up here on the roof and make the roof inaccessible unless people really want to get on the roof, which they can by stacking on top of each other and jumping. And there we go. We have enough for our iron door. Craft it up. Like that. And that doesn't want to work because it So one thing that I've done is this, and it looks really bad, and because it is really bad. And there is an easy fix for this. And move that block, and we're gonna go ahead and just get. I know I've gathered a lot of cobblestone, but I want to make this done right. Let's gather a little bit more cobblestone. You can do so. I would make 2 ramps. Ramp stairs. I mean, they're the same. They're the same thing. I just like ramps more, so that's what I made. And we put one there. Open the door. Go on in. Close the door. And there. Oop. There we go. And then we got ramp number 2. And then bingo was his name-o. House is done. We put our stuff away. And I mean, that's the basics. I mean, really, this is a pretty spacious first house that is unkill breakable without siege equipment. If you use other doors, other than the iron door, Either they can chop it down or they can pick it open. They can't pick this door, can't chop this door down. They need a trebuchet or ballista. Same thing with the walls. Other walls can get hacked to bits. This one requires trebuchet or ballista. So this is the best starting house, really. I mean, it really is just using cobblestone or reinforced wood or stone slab, but cobblestone is just easier for me to make. And especially since now that I'm right next to, stone, easy supply to make more. So that being said, this is the first time doing Reign of Kings on here. I probably put out a couple more episodes on this, and then eventually some with group activities, because I have played this before with up to be like 6 people, and that can be kind of cool. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.
Yes! Before he gets us! Oh, no!
I mean, I was giving them a head start because they have AI, and I felt bad. Even if my failing is really, really heavy, it improved.
Unnecessary roughness.
Go! Ah! No! Save one!
No, they're not.
Get away from the goal! Get out of there!